Hi, my name is Edu and I'm Atomic Picnic's creative director. You guys might remember that in December we had our Mad Mushroom publishing announcement and an amazing playtest, which you guys played Atomic Picnic for hundreds of hours and also sent us over 1,000 pieces of feedback, which, by the way, I had to read through everything by myself. So thank you for that. We also received a lot of feedback from Asmongold, Soda, Aspen, and other OTK creators, and those we can't ignore, right? Asmon being my boss and all that. So now that we're gearing up for a new playtest from April 10th to April 17th, I wanted to shed some light on what we've done with all those pieces of feedback up until now. Okay, so let's start by talking about some map improvements we've done. During Mr. Gold's playthrough, we were all excited watching when right at this moment we knew we fucked up. Although there was plenty of space on the sides for him to go back up, the way cylinders work create this illusion of walls, making it seem like there's no way to climb back up. Also, the walls from where he fell off were so high that you actually had to spend 2 charges in order to go back up. So, we took a step back and realized we need to do some map changes to try and mitigate players falling down. And if they fall, make sure they can easily climb back up. As you can see, that's much better, right? And of course we didn't stop there. We took this time to look at other parts of the map that people were falling over or that had other issues like flow that we wanted to improve and make better. So let's talk about air control now. During playtest, we received a lot of feedback about how our air control felt very tight and you didn't have a lot of control while in the air, right? So, pretty simple to fix that. We just go into the air control options, go into the values, change some values, and we're done. Unfortunately, it wasn't quite like that. We ended up hitting some snags and we had to prototype a lot to actually fix that issue, and it ended up with us having to remake the entire air control system from scratch, which took us basically 2 months to do. Yeah. Let's talk about weapon balancing now. We've received a lot of feedback about balancing issues, right? But the biggest thing was about slowing down when shooting. One of the reports that we got was actually from Mad Mushroom. They found that the player was still getting slowed even while reloading. This wasn't intended, of course, so we fixed it. As you can see, the player on the bottom video is much faster than the player on the top video. Not only that, but we also took some time to rebalance every single weapon in the game. Some weapons you were getting slowed down by 70%. Now, weapons don't go above 20% slow. While we are talking about weapons, let me introduce you guys to a new device. Hojo is a new device created to combat those pesky air units. When you throw, it creates a lot of random explosions in a small area, dealing lots of damage to all enemies inside it. Hojo can also be paired with some new curios that we're adding to the game, where it creates some cool effects. Another big issue that you guys had was about farming currency. Most of the feedback was about how difficult it was to actually farm currency. So we took a step back and we rearranged every single deposit in the map so that they are located where the player actually goes. Not only that, but to encourage a little bit more of exploration, we ended up creating a new deposit type. So, one of the things that came up a lot during playtest was performance. And we did a pass through the game, cleaning up everything, and now the game can run on a Steam Deck on 55 to 60 FPS in single player mode. And also, we made the game run on an integrated graphics on a computer that has no graphics cards whatsoever. Also, please keep in mind that the game is still in the middle of development, so there's still a lot of room for improvement. I just realized that this video is getting a bit big, so let's quickly go through some of the features that we worked on. We've made a cool new revive system that takes into account every single upgrade that you've bought in the shop, and that I spent a lot of time making a cool video that I'm not gonna be able to show you guys right now. There's also a cool new post-game screen that shows every single set of the match and also a breakdown of all your DPS. So you know what was really missing? Some dopamine directly into your brain. So that's why we made an unlock system. We're also introducing a couple of new maps. The first one, called Loner's Camp, is your base camp. You can roam around, interact with some NPCs while you wait for your friends to join you. Also please, It's an alpha, so don't mind all the placeholder stuff. The next map is a gameplay map, and it's called Twilight Dam, and it's set in the same biome as the first map, Train Plateau. On this new map, you can find some new art, some new lighting, and maybe some new enemies to fight. Last but not least, I should mention that we took the time to rebalance every single upgrade in the game. And also, our upgrades are now called curios. Speaking of curios, we added a whole new bunch of them. So let's start with the Shockwave. Oh, also please keep in mind that some curios names are not final. Shockwave is an AoE damage dealing curio that deals more damage the more you fall. The AoE size and damage are all affected by how much you fall. This curio was also an idea sent by my boss, Mr. Baldy himself. No wait, Mr. Gold himself. I'm also thinking of making the icon for this curio like a bald wig or something. So if you guys want to see that, let me know in the comments below. Next, we have the dash shot. Whenever you use the air gear while you have the dash shot curio equipped, you will actually shoot bullets all around you. The bullets will also auto-aim to nearby enemies. Static dash is a curio that's a little bit different. First you run around and you charge it up. Then, after you charge it up, you unleash it by using the gear dash, and then you deal a lot of damage to nearby enemies. And this damage persists even a little bit after the gear dash ends. I already showed you guys device projectiles before, but now I'm gonna explain how it works. Every time a device activates, it creates this bullet spawner that keeps shooting bullets all around itself. I said activate because devices have different activation times. For instance, Estalo might activate up to 3 times, while Chamusca or Friaca only activate once. The Ghost Story Curio is pretty straightforward. You get it, it spawns some ghosts, the ghosts deal damage. It's easy. This type of curio is actually really common in Survivor games. It's as common as the Bible. And finally, we have Empowered Shot. This one is a little bit more complex, but let's go. Empowered Shot works on top of your fast reload. The more you activate your fast reload correctly, the more stacks of Empowered you get. On the bottom left, you can see how many stacks of Empowered you get. If you have 12 stacks, that means that the first 12 bullets in your magazine will deal a lot more damage. And the more fast reloads you get in a row, the bigger your stack is, until you get all 100% of your magazine size buffed up. But the thing is, if you miss a fast reload, you lose every single stack and you have to build it up all over again. And there you go, that's everything I wanted to show you guys. And I'll end up on a high note, showing how everything comes together on a high level match. So thank you all, and don't forget that the next playtest is from April 10th to April 17th, so it's already going on. And please, come and play the game, and have fun and send us feedback, so we can improve for the next one. Oh, and also don't forget to wishlist the game on Steam. Bye bye guys!